Tommy Tuberville. Senator, what is your reaction to this? Because we always hear from Democrats they care about the children. They're always going after Trump about what happened, at the border. But now 65,000 calls went dropped.
Liz, this is just one of many examples that the Biden administration dropped the ball on this. And I don't know whether they did it on purpose or they just didn't care. I can remember when I first got here 5.5 years ago or 4.5 years ago, we'd all go to the border at least once every couple of months, and they'd have all these kids in these cages. They were unaccompanied, boys and girls in the same cages, and they would just shuffle them out, put them on buses, and send them to cities all over the country. I was on a plane one time flying from McAllen, Texas back to Washington, D.C., and sat by a young lady that she couldn't have been 16 years old, and she had papers that she was going somewhere in Los Angeles and didn't have a clue how to speak English nor who was going to pick her up. It was absolutely amazing.
It's heartbreaking, Senator. I mean, more than 300,000 illegal migrant children are now unaccounted for under the Biden White House. They set up this huge nonprofit conglomerate, 230 nonprofits, 15 UN agencies. They get more than $6 billion in taxpayer money to help these children. But they did nothing. They delivered them to poorly vetted sponsors. And then these nonprofit officials even doubled, maybe tripled their salaries. There was no checkup follow-ups from the Biden White House. Don't Democrats and the media understand you open the borders, you got human trafficking, labor trafficking? This is really dangerous, Senator.
Well, we'd come back to Washington, D.C. and tell our Democratic friends, who, by the way, never went to the border in all those years of the Biden administration, they didn't want to see what was going on. But as you said, it was all human trafficking, and these kids weren't vetted. Senator Grassley and I saw what was going on, and for 2 years we pushed the Biden administration to drop these very lax rules about vetting minors when they came across. Do something about it. Do it the right way. Put them somewhere, identify them. Let's know where they're going. They wanted nothing to do with it. I think it was all by design, to be honest with you. But as you said, 300,000. I bet there was closer to 500,000. That's an amazing number, and we don't know where they are today.
So heartbreaking, so disturbing, so amoral. Amoral of Democrats and the Biden White House. This is why the Trump voter voted for President Donald Trump. Senator Tuberville, thanks for being with us. Now listen to this.